time for purely Q&A. But in case there is something that is absolutely you wanted to ask in between, you can let Shraddha know, and then she will unmute you. And just to make sure that you all are able to hear me, if you can just maybe some of you can say yes, that you can hear me well, there is no problem, you're able to see the screen. Just doing some small checks so that we are all set. Yeah, so I can see Rahul saying that yes, he can see the screen and he can hear me well. I think Raghav, yes, I think I've got it. So very nice. So I think too many yeses. Very good. Thank you so much. So a brief about me. Some of you do know me. I know that we have met also in person, or some of you I know for many, many years. So my name is Yogesh Agiwal. I've been in the IT industry for a very long time. So I'm not a trainer from the beginning, and I never could imagine that I would be in this field of training. I was actually in IT industry from 1989 and till 2009, so close to 20 years doing pure IT work. I'm a computer engineer by qualification. I got into learning and development in 2009, and it happened that when I got the Premji's award in 2004, I was invited to come and talk in the leadership program, and I gave a 90 minutes talk on what are my best people practices. And the trainers who were there in the room were able to connect my talk with some of the research of some of the psychologists or some of the well-known authors. And as I started coming more and more, I started connecting with the trainers, and the trainers would tell me that why don't you run a case study or you run an activity. And I started getting involved from 2004 to 2008, so almost close to 5 years. I used to come very regular to the training department. And then in 2009, our head of HR said that why don't you come and lead the entire department of about 40 trainers. And that is what I got involved full time in training. And I always used to tell that one should know the domain of what your team does. Otherwise you will just be an operational leader. So I started getting myself certification on many certificates, as you can see on the screen. So Harvard, Dale Carnegie, Crescom, so around 12 certification in a span of 3 years. So I did that for 7 years. And I started Crossover Leadership Journeys in 2015 end. And this is 4 years since we have started. And I think we are one of those companies that has consistently worked on the journey model, because we believe that I think no transformation of human being can happen overnight. It needs a constant support, constant working. So that is where I think we started, and I will spend some time on the crossover leadership framework. And then while I am specifically mentioning about the challenges of a small and medium-sized IT industry, but this program is absolutely open for anybody. I mean, even an individual can enroll, or even large companies can send a couple of employees. So while I'm calling it out as a problem of small in industry, but please don't consider that this program is only for small and medium. Every company can actually benefit from that. I'll also walk you through the entire solution as to how how this journey will span across. And we have got 68 clients, but I'm just going to put some clients for you to see that we are not a new company, or we are not trying this for the first time. We have been doing this for last 4 years for a lot of companies. This is an attempt for us to now open it up in more like a retail model, where I mean, all of you can really take advantage of that. So you need not really have a batch of 20, or you really need not have a big investment budget. You can, I mean, if you look at the commercial, just hold on your chair tightly, because it's so low that you might fall off from your chair. So it's very, very affordable. I'm also going to show you the people who are going to facilitate the program, and you will see that these are all coming from industry background. So they are not pure academicians. I do respect academicians, but unless you have had an industry experience, I think sometimes you're not able to really relate or demonstrate something people can go back and apply. So we have always been very conscious about who are our team. So if you go to our website, crossoverleadershipjourneys.com, you can see that pretty much everybody on the team comes from an industry background. Yeah. So here is our crossover leadership framework. So as you can see on the left hand side, we address all the levels of the organization, starting from the senior level. So we have got some very powerful coaches, who are with us, since the time we started. We have got, the India's top coaches on our panel, and we essentially tell our customers that at the top level, you should, start coaching so that you can know your blind spots. You can really work on them and really help, your team align with what you want to do. The mid-level, we have got leadership, journeys that we have, and for the front line, we have got soft skills and associate level training. So the idea is once we get involved, we almost cover the entire organization, starting from the top level, mid level, and the front line, so that everybody in the organization is absolutely in sync. Whatever the senior management is envisaging is beautifully translated to the mid level and then the front level. So when the customer is interacting with anybody in the organization, there is a consistency in how they behave, how they demonstrate whatever are the values, whatever are the vision. And when you look at the leadership, we look at 4 dimensions of leadership: self-leadership, team leadership, operational, and organizational. So if you look at most of the programs, I think they are focusing on one or the 2 aspects. They don't really look at so holistically that we are looking at. So once you have this view from all sides, I think the person really demonstrate a very holistic view about everything he deals with. And how we do it is in a journey format. So you can see that every month there is a workshop, and then between the month we engage the participant by sending them an article, we sending them a video, by sending them an application of learning template. We get the leaders to come and address the participant. So whatever they learn in the class, the leader comes and really addresses his own experiences, and that becomes very powerful. Because, say, assuming that I talk about contextual leadership in the second month, and if the leader comes in the first 45 minutes, and addresses the participant about how has he been developing people under him, that becomes very powerful, because then the participant feels that whatever crossover facilitator has taught us and whatever my leader is now addressing is absolutely connecting. And also there is a beautiful bond that gets established between the leader and the participant, because every human being listening is all about with context. So if leaders come and generally have a talk, I think most people are disconnected. But when you create the context, so we have a very powerful in-house team, we have a powerful mentoring team, we have a powerful operations team. So what essentially they do is that they prepare the leader on what he should talk. So they kind of prep him up, they give him, they create slides for him. So when the leader enters, it's not like an ad hoc talk, it's like absolutely prepared talk, which is, the participant doesn't know all this. The participant feels that, okay, wow, my leader is really sharing something so powerful. But we do the groundwork. And we are able to do this groundwork because we have a team from the beginning. From our inception, we had this 3 team put in place even before we got our first customer. And in the Emerging Leader Program, we will be inviting a lot of our old customer leaders. So for example, last time when we did an open program, we invited the Chief Financial Officer of Hyderabad Metro. So Ravi was a participant in one of our open programs, and he came. Then we invited the chairman of Sigachi Industries, who was also our customer. So the point is that we want people who have experienced our program to come back and share their experience with the participants. So if when you join the program, and if you feel that any of your leader from the company you would like to invite, please let Shraddha know and we will get them involved, and then this journey can run. So right now the Emerging Leaders Program is a journey of 6 months. But if you were to do something in-house for your own company, we could actually do it for 9 months. We can do it for 12 months. One of our customers in Coimbatore, we have done it for 18 months. So it depends on how deep a company wants to get their leadership developed. So I'll move on. So this is, I think, the mother framework that we launched in 2015, and it continues to be one of the unique ways of developing people. And you can see here, this is called the assessment, which we have tied up with Harrison Assessment. So Harrison Assessment is our psychometric assessment partner. So if you like, we can also get assessment as the beginning of the journey. Yeah. And when I look at the challenge, I think the small and medium companies are facing is that it is very natural that all the top talent, would want to go to larger companies, and the mid and small will always have challenge of, attracting and retaining the talent. And we feel that a good structured training program is also a very good retention strategy. It's also a strategy to develop and really see where the gaps are. So if you're not getting a ready-made good talent, the next best option is to really develop them. And most of the small companies rely on external training companies, because they really don't have any in-house training facility. Because if you are a 200 or 500 member company, it is just cost prohibitive for you to really have an in-house trainer and in-house coordinator. And I feel that even if you have it, it's very difficult for one trainer to really address so many areas. So the quality of his delivery, the content creation is just not possible. So typically what happens is that these companies go to freelancers, and while freelancers are good in terms of, some of them are really good in terms of their delivery, in terms of their knowledge, but really they don't have any system of paying attention to the quality of content. They don't have any team that can support on that. So they're like completely on their own. So what typically they do is they just come for one-off training and just go away, and there is no connection between what was taught in the previous class and what is taught in the next class. And then there are some companies who do have, like the way Crossover has, but their costing is just prohibitive. It is just impossible for a medium and small IT companies to really use such services. So what we are solving the problem is, giving the same thing that is needed in an affordable price. And as you can see, as we go along, so here is the journey of 6 months that you can see. So we start with the first month, which is leading with emotional intelligence, and this is our flagship program. And we have been, so as I speak to you today, we have done 165 workshops so far, which means that, and the reason it has gone so high is that whenever a customer really asks us saying that, I think we liked your presentation, can you do one program for us to experience, what you're all about? So we go and deliver this program, and hence the number is very high. And also why we are so, promoting this program is that this is a foundation program, where we really make them to rethink the way they think about everything, so because everybody really works based on the experience of the past, but not necessarily that the same experience is giving you the right action to be taken in future. So what if I were to give a mechanism to the leaders or to people in the participant, that they really don't work purely based on past, but look at objectively on how the past has been for them, and then look at the future and get this whole tool, skills and mechanism to become very neutral about the way they operate. And how do you really, when you get a stimulus from the environment, how do you manage yourselves? How do you manage your setbacks? How do you keep yourself motivated? So once we have this foundation program beautifully done, then we move to the second month, which is about contextual leadership and coaching. So here essentially we are saying that every person who has a team reporting to him, his primary objective is to develop people under him. And only when you develop people under you, you are going to get enough bandwidth to develop yourself. And there is a beautiful framework to really look at how you want to develop people. And every leader has, a style of managing people. So there are some leaders who are very, very everything, they give an instruction to the reporter. And there are some leaders who are absolute delegators. They just delegate and don't even care about reviewing what the people are doing. Now, these are two other extremes. So now, when somebody new in your team, I think surely you should, be micromanaged, give a lot of instruction. The mature or they've got some experience in the organization, you should start delegating more. Now, the challenge is that most leaders have a dominant leadership style, and then they apply that style to every reportee that they have. And that is where sometimes people find it very constraining to grow themselves. And the contextual leadership is essentially a framework to develop people and get bandwidth for the leader. And coaching is essentially not the coaching like the real, we don't want people to become coaches like a life coach, but this is a very small skill that we want to learn on how do you really even interact with your team to get to unleash their potential. So to that extent we get them to learn coaching in the journey. And as you can see, between the two modules, they will get an article, they'll get a video, we'll have an application of learning that they will need to submit. We'll create a WhatsApp group in which there will be engagement. They can ask any question during the journey. Then the third month, we move to communication skills with humble inquiry. So this is, this is one, the third skill as a leader, we feel that they should really learn about how do I not be very prescriptive when I'm talking, but be more in an inquiry mode. And the more leader is actually in an inquiry mode, I think the more the people are able to share, the people are able to give information, which helps the leader to really unleash the potential of the team. And then some of the basic communications of how to give feedback, how to receive feedback, all that is covered. So by this time, they are pretty much they're half of the journey. So in third month, they have got to this level. And then we move to the fourth month, which essentially talks about, how do you really organize yourself? How do you really delegate work, or how do you plan your work? And this is not just planning and organizing module, because if you look at 1950s to 1980s, the whole focus was on efficiency. So we said that if you're manufacturing 10 per day, you manufacture 12, 15, 18. But in 1980s, the whole world got influenced by Dr. Stephen Covey, where he brought this whole idea of effectiveness. He said that I think efficiency ke saath mein effectiveness also has to be looked at, and that is where prioritization came in. Now, if you've got 10 priorities, and if your priority number 8, 9, or 10 is to be put to 1, 2, and 3, which is good. But Dr. Stephen Covey did not really teach us as to what do you do with the remaining 7. Now, if you don't handle the 7, those will fiddle around with your first 3. And that is where in last couple of years, we saw the research of Rory Vaden, Cal Newport. And as I said, we have an in-house content team which constantly does research. And they looked at this research of these two wonderful professors and authors, and they created a program called Multiplier Mindset. So we actually have a journal that is created, which we bring to the classroom. We help them plot their task and get them at least about 18 to 20% extra time by just organizing the way they operate their life. And it also relates to the second module, where you're now also including in the planning how are you going to develop people under you using the template. So this is our fourth month. And then we move to the fifth month, which is influencing skills in handling conflict. Now here we, I mean, on the call, many of you would have read the work of Robert Cialdini, who is one of the most popular author in influencing. So we get them to learn the 6 principles of influence, more for individual influencing. And then Everett Rogers' diffusion of innovation to influence at the group level. So once they have this, and we ask them to create an influence plan in the classroom as a plan to go back and influence the stakeholder in the organization or the stakeholder on the customer side. So they're beautifully, kind of ready to influence. And finally, we also teach them how to handle conflicts using Thomas Kilman's framework. So as you see, by fifth month, they have really transformed from managing themselves, developing people, communicating well, organizing their work better, and then they are ready for going to a higher level of influencing. And finally, we come to the last month, which is art of negotiation and teamwork. So in art of negotiation, we are not really teaching them about some large deals or doing a property deal. We are just talking about negotiation which happens almost on a day-to-day basis. So when you're as a project manager or as a supervisor, you want your reporter to go to a project and he has some constraint to take it up. So how do you really negotiate on those situations in which the reporter is also at the end not as annoyed, although he may not want to still take it, but the whole process makes him understand where you're coming from. So instead of he just seeing the other person as a villain, he starts really coming forward. They start sharing certain ways they both can come down and really make things work, both for themselves and for the organization. And finally, we close with teamwork, which is the final module. So these are 2 half-day module on month 6, where we say that all that you've learned, you should take it to the next level of, also working collaboratively with different groups within your organization. It's not just important to be collaborative with your team, but you should also be collaborative with the other departments, because only when we collaborate across departments is where we start seeing the world starts seeing a company that they would want to work with. Not only you grow, but the entire company also grows. So this is our 6th month, and as you can see, even after the 6th month, we are continuing to support them. And in fact, in the month of April, we are launching something new, which is called as, it's called the Crossover Alumni Group, which is essentially, we got inspired by this Life Insurance Corporation's tagline, which says, if you look at it, it says Jeevan Sathi, Zindagi ke saath bhi, Zindagi ke baad bhi. So we are saying we will have a Jeevan Sathi for our participant, where we'll say program ke saath bhi or program ke baad bhi. So we are going to have, Tanuja is our identified community leader. So she is putting the whole approach together, and we're going to launch it in the month of April, which essentially means that every month you're going to see a webinar on a particular topic. So we have got 30 different modules. So you're seeing right now on the screen there's a 6 module, but we have got 30 such modules, and we're going to run every month the module. So if you have already attended a program, you could contribute with your experiences. If you have not attended a program, then you can learn from those webinars as to how do you manage. We'll give you all the inputs on which books to refer, what articles we should go after. We'll give you action learning plan. I mean, pretty much everything for you to be able to continuously develop yourself. So program ke saath we are there, and program ke baad we will have the community group or the Jeevan Sathi group coming with you all. I'll move to the next slide, which is just a sample slide. So you can see on the right hand side that we have a model. Now this model is organically created by the content team, which is essentially a single snapshot of how the day looked for you. So when you look at this model, so we'll give you a printed card of a similar size, which you can actually plug it on your soft board or at your home, so that just looking at it you can recall what have you learned and how you want to practice. So say this particular card you can carry with yourself, and when you're dealing with situations that in the past you were uncomfortable with, or there are people whom you always had difficulty dealing with, take this card before you meet them. Just recall what you have learned and then apply the learning in those moments. And in last 4 years, I mean, we have had tremendous inspirational stories to really look at, how people have really transformed themselves. And we also cover quite a bit on the biology part, meaning how much of my physical body has an impact on the way I think. And we have seen people's blood pressure going down, coming under control, sugar level going down, their health overall has improved, which is phenomenal for us. So we give you this card for every module, and you can see on the left hand side what you will learn and what behavioral change you will see. You can see in the next slide, so here is a participant guide, which is a workbook that you will get in the class, and where you can fill in a lot of things that you're learning. You can learn from for your fellow colleagues, you can learn from the facilitator. So it is not just, because we always know that when you're going to fill your action learning plan, which is also be given to you as part of as a electronic Google Sheet or Google Doc, this workbook will help you to really apply and reflect on how have you applied the learning. There will be a facilitator guide that our facilitator will use. So, if you look at otherwise, every facilitator brings his own content. So some will bring a PowerPoint presentation, some will not bring at all. So the learning experience is not consistent. Whereas if you look at the Emerging Leaders program, you will have a very consistent faculty guide used across 6 months. So there will be a structure in the way people learn. This is a collateral that you already saw, which you will get. And this is the action learning plan. We are also going to, this is optional, but if you like, we are going to give you a BOOST document. So BOOST is essentially a acronym for Behavioral Observation and Optimization Supervisory Toolkit, which essentially means that if you like to have your supervisor observe you and give you enough support for your transformation, you can take this and have your supervisor also know what you're learning. So there will be 6 such BOOST books that will be given to your supervisor. And so that, because what happened is that when we were running the journey model in 2016, 17, and when we used to go and meet the supervisor, they would, if you would ask them that, how is the participant changing, or what are you seeing in them? We used to get very generic response. हाँ यार अच्छा कर रहा है, थोड़ा positive लग रहा है. And then we realized that I think it's our that how they're going to, really, watch it, what they have learned. They didn't know, like if you talk context leadership. Now the supervisor may not know what is contextually. He may just know the title or maybe a little bit about it, but he doesn't know the integrities of the module. Or, for example, if you talk about, influencing skills, you might not know the 6 principles. So that is where we thought that we could actually, give them this document that gives an overview of what the participants have learned and what you should really observe in them. And that became a super hit, so we're going to give you that as well. You will see in the classroom that we are going to put this on the left hand side. You see a poster. So you will, when you come to the venue, you will see this poster. So there are 5 posters that we have for every module, and which is going to put in the classroom. So the room really get decked up, and when you come from your tea break, from your lunch break, you can see the poster. There is a connection between the graphic and the quote. So there is some amount of reflection that you can think about and talk to the facilitator as to what this topic is all about. The article sample, I'm just sharing this with you so you can see that these are all organic articles created by our content team. So this guy is a very positive guy, and this guy is a guy who always looks at negativity. So so for example, this guy would tell me that my management team is absolutely very ruthless. They don't really have people connect. And this guy will say, oh no, I mean, you are thinking because maybe the management team is very tied up because of the new acquisition. Otherwise, I think they usually will give time. So why not we talk to the management? So this character keeps always, working with this character, and there is a lot of conversation that happens between them. So there's a very subtle way of making people to think better. And then when we give them, so this will be given to them in the journey in between. Then there will be a video that we will give it to them, and then we'll give them 6 questions that they need to reflect when they're watching the videos. We're not generally telling them to watch the video. We're asking them to really look at the video from that context. Yeah. And then after the implementation, as I said, this will be the action learning plan, which will be given to the participants, and they can really fill it up. They can ask us any question. They can get support from our mentoring team. Here's the boost document that I talked about. So here's just a sample of this, which we can give it to you, and we can discuss about this as we embark on the journey. And then I'll just talk about the commercial, which you would have seen in the flyer. But let me just say that and the commercial includes so many things. It includes the classroom session, the quality workbooks, collaterals, posters, danglers, action learning templates, program mailers, video link, article, tracking of action learnings, talking points. So too many things are given in the same investment, and the investment is here. So if we do a venue like Radisson or Lemon Tree, any of the 5-star hotels, it will be 4,000 per month, which is 24,000 for the entire 6 months. And if you decide to have a program in-house, which you want to do it internally, then we have 3,000 per month, which is 18,000 for the entire 6 months. And but if you do in-house, then we need minimum 20 participants. I mean, we need even 20 for Radisson. But that in that case, we are getting, so already we have got 14 nominations from various companies. So we are very close to getting, but if you get more than 20 or 25, we will not go above 25 in one batch. And if we get more than 25, then we are planning to launch two batches, one in maybe March and one in, so currently the plan is to launch in 14th of March is our first batch. And if you're doing it in-house, then obviously the cost is a little low, and you can do that. So I mean, Shraddha is there available on this group also, or you can speak to her separately and decide which option would you like to do. You can see the facilitators. I am myself also a facilitator. I deliver program myself. So I'm not just an operational leader. I still do at least about 5 or 4 sessions every month. So I'll be also one of the facilitators. We have got Padma Kumar Ananthakrishnan. People in Hyderabad may already know him. He is one of the very popular trainers, facilitator in Hyderabad. And I think I should put now Dr. Padma Kumar, because he's recently got his PhD, and you can see his academic, that he is a gold medalist from Madurai Kamaraj University, and has been in Microsoft for many years. One of our, he is facilitator, and he's also a very active member of the Toastmasters Club. So if you have been in Toastmasters, I think you would know him. We have Mini Agarwal. She is from IIM Lucknow, and I was so fortunate to meet Mini, I think the second week when we launched Crossover Leadership Partners. And since that time, she has been one of our facilitators for so many programs. We have got Karuna Rabinda. She was head of learning and development at Trians. And again, with Karuna, I go back close to about 10 years. We've been working with each other while we were together in Wipro, and then now with last 4 years at Crossover. Yeah, so as you can see, and then if you go to our website called crossoverleaders.com, you can see many other members. It's a very powerful team of facilitators that we have. So typically we will have 2 or 3 people running every batch. So if I do program 1, so one of the 3 will come and deliver the program. And I think this is my last slide. Thank you slide. So what I will do now is I know that if you have any, I mean, you may have questions. So I will now ask if you can let Shraddha know about your question, and then she can actually unmute you. You can ask the question, and then maybe I can respond so that everybody else can also, listen to that question, and maybe they also have a similar question, so that everybody benefits from that. Yeah. So let's see. So I think I'm now ready for any questions. Either you can put it on, on the chat window, or let me also, come back to the main, main screen so that you can relate to the main model and we can have any questions. So anybody has any questions on this, please, you can post it on the chat window, and then Shraddha can unmute you, and then you can, and I can answer them.
Yogesh, Shraddha, yeah?
Yeah, Shraddha, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Yogesh, first of all, you need to put me on the host mode again.
Okay.
And we have a question from Bhavani from Koteva.
Okay.
She has two questions. The first one is, what will be the duration of each session?
Okay.
And the second question is the program specific to new leaders or for established leadership roles?
Okay, so so to answer the first question, every program will start at 9:30 and end every 90 minutes. Then we will have first break at the lunch break at 1:15, 3:30 another break. So 9:30 to 5:30 is the timing when we meet every month, and then and maybe around say about 60 to 75 minutes, not more than that, filling the application of their learning, which includes reading the article, watching the video. That is a time investment. And we are targeting this program for people with 5 to 10 years experience is the range that we are targeting right now. So Emerging Leaders program is for that range. Typically not below 5 years. I mean, we are okay to have, maybe up to 3 years, but not a very newcomer. I mean, at least should have had some experience of dealing with customers or dealing with people. They should have gone through a couple of appraisal cycles. So 5 years to 10 years is the range. Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I think Shraddha is asking that, was the answer okay? Yeah. Do you want to know anything more? So we have a question from Ram. Ram says, do you blend the learning with some insights through assessment? So Ram, right now, we don't really have incorporated assessment in the journey, but absolutely we would love to do this if there is an organization that is willing to, do this when they do in-house program. For our open program, the current plan is to not include assessments, because what we have experienced is that many of these companies have not even had a journey-based leadership development so far. So we don't want to do so much in the first round itself. Maybe once we have a couple of batches, I think we can start positioning assessments also. But point taken, Ram, ideally we should. So at least people on the call who are, who are wanting to do in-house, it would be a pleasure to introduce assessments for them. Yeah. So thank you, Ram, for asking the question. We have another question from Vaishali. Is the 6-month module fixed across various companies? So Vaishali, this is fixed for the Emerging Leaders program when we do as an open program. But if you were to do a program in-house, then I think we have got 30 modules that that the companies can choose from. So it is absolutely the company's decision as to what. I mean, it's a joint decision. when they share with us about their challenges, we recommend which module out of the 30 they can pick up. But we are trying to make it very self-service, in the sense, after this session, all the people who have joined, we will send you the 30 module catalog, and you could actually in your own organization go and kind of review the discussion, review the 30 modules, see which one you would want to pick it up, create your own journeys, and we can run that. But for the open program, it's a fixed that we are in, and these are like not generally, I mean, this is from our experience. What we realize is that this is the bare minimum a leader should know. So we picked up the one which which at least the basics. So even if you were to in-house look at, we will always tell that this 6 for, and beyond that there are many more modules, like there's module on you can pick up any of those actually. So I actually hope this helps. Yeah. So thank you, Vaishali. So we have another question from Shravani. How many sessions are conducted in a month? Yeah. So Shravani, we are going to conduct one session every month. So it will be the second Saturday of every month. So we have actually blocked. We are in the process of blocking the hotel, and blocking the facilitator for next 6 months. So it will always be, I think. So if you launch the batch on second Saturday, then it will be second Saturday every month. Once we get more more batches, we can do third Saturday of the month, but then it will be again third Saturday. So same rhythm for 6 months, so that it will be easy for people to plan their personal vacations. They can also plan their in-house work that they are having internally. So that's the idea. Yeah. So Shravani, hope this answers your question. Okay, thank you, Vaishali. Good. I think we are having good
Yogesh,
flow.
Bhavani wants to ask.
Yeah, please.
If the workshop is at the member company, can it be on any other weekday?
Oh yeah, absolutely, Bhavani, absolutely. I mean, we in fact we always prefer, like we have a company in Trivandrum. They always prefer to doing it on Wednesdays because that's their learning day. But there's another company which always prefers on Friday. So it's absolutely, we are even open to do it on Sunday. So no problem. Okay. Any day of the week you can choose. Yeah.
Thank you, Yogesh.
Yeah, sure. So Bhavani, I think we are meeting tomorrow. Is the same Bhavani tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I think. So we can discuss more. Yeah. So good. Thank you. And any other questions on the model, on any other thing?
Yogesh, I'm going to unmute all.
Okay.
So sure, that they can, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think only sometimes we unmute all. It could be sometimes very chaotic. Yeah, but I think we can still, people can ask live questions now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yogesh, this is Ram here.
Hi Ram, tell me.
Hi. More than a question, I have a comment to make. I think it's a very phenomenal structure that you have put in place.
Okay.
Especially since I think like what I understand is many organizations do have this issue and challenge of getting everyone into one room.
Yes.
It gives an opportunity for them to do it in-house, or if there are specific individuals who wants to go through some learning interventions.
Yes.
So I really like the blend of classroom articles and blended learning format, and I think it's a wonderful structure. I just want to comment on that.
No, absolutely, Ram. In fact, when we do in-house, we are now going so deep that we have introduced a new concept called TGIF, which essentially is training, guiding, internalizing Fridays. So every Friday, we give the participants. So if you're a manager and you've got 10 people under you, we give them the faculty guide, which on a Friday. Every session day is divided into 4 parts, 90 minutes 4 modules. Okay.
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
we give them the faculty guide, divide them into 4 modules, and every week on Friday, he meets with his team and teaches them what he has learned. Now, there are so
Wonderful.
many benefits for that. One is that he starts guiding his team. He learns how to train people. When you are teaching somebody, you have to also prepare. So there is internalizing that happens. And
Correct.
we do it on Friday. So the title of the initiative is called TGIF.
Oh, very nice.
It's not thank God it's Friday. It's International Fridays actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And Shraddha is one of the people who have conceptualized this. So you can talk to her separately also. She can.
Sure.
I mean, the idea is that we are doing everything we can to help our customers, really transform. And the more we see the transformation story, the more. And many of these ideas are coming from our customers. So it's not like our creativity, but we just pick the idea and then really implement it because we have the in-house setup to do that. So
Right.
thank you, Ram, for an. I'm coming for a future group session in Bombay, so I'll stop by to see you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely happy. And what I also realized, Yogesh, is I think essentially from these sessions, it's not just about a group workshop per se, but it's also getting the hyper personalization for each individuals, so they can pick and choose from the group learnings and also reflect on individual learnings. I think that's a very strong piece that I'm
Yes,
picking from here.
yeah, definitely. And I mean, so last time we had Ravi, who is the CFO of Hyderabad Metro, and the way he shared the challenges of Hyderabad Metro, which he built in over last so many years.
Mhm.
When you listen to that, you will feel that our problems in our companies are just nothing. Meaning, and the way he dealt with that, it was just phenomenal learning. So, and Ravi is like our regular leader, meaning the moment we request him, no matter how busy he is, he will make it a time to come. So we'll bring them also in the
Okay, very nice, very nice, Yogesh. Thanks.
So I think now people are now getting back to their work. So I think I also didn't, while I budgeted 1 hour, but I think I am done from my side. And we are in touch. So feel free to connect with Shraddha, with myself, with Sulbha, who sent you an email. And then I look forward to as many thank you so much for so many people. Yeah, so I think it's time. Yeah, so Shraddha, you'll have to unmute me at least. So good, thank you so much.
Yes,
So
yes.
thank you everybody for joining. And I look forward to you guys really taking advantage of this wonderful program at an individual level or at an org level. We are meeting some of our customers tomorrow. Next week, if you want us to come and do any detailed presentation or talk about it more, it would be a pleasure. We're also going to do one more webinar before 14th of March. So in case you know people who have not, who you think will benefit, do pass on the message and you will anyway get to know about the webinar. So we'll do one more round so that we are fully spread the word around, and then looking forward to seeing a successful launch and a long journey with all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.